Hello and welcome to Excellence Link Academy. Last class we dealt with the introduction to logic. If you're interested in our previous class, where we discussed about logic, you can simply click on the link you see above you here. You take it to our initial class when we look at logic and its definition and also its historical aspect of logic. We also look at or perhaps dealt with the connective or perhaps let me call it the basic terminology in the study of logic last class, and we look at how to use those connective to solve problem. That is, your connective, this one signifies and, this means and. We said this one here means or. We said this one here means if, comma, then, right? We said this one here means if and only if, and we said this one here signifies negation. So these are like the four connectives that we have, and I show you how to use this connective in writing the verbal meaning of an expression, right? So that's, by the way, for our last class. For this class there, we're dealing extensively on truth table. So let's discuss truth table. All right, let's discuss truth table extensively. By definition, truth table is the table used to express the connective of a true value. True, open bracket, capital T, or false, open bracket, capital F. The truth table for two or three variable proportional variable are as follows. All right. Basically, when it comes to truth table, there is simply a table that has to combine proportional variable. And I said last class, when I said variable, I mean ABC or QRS. Any alphabet that used to represent a statement is said to be a proportional variable. So when it comes to truth table, basically it's simply a table that can contain more than two or three proportional variable. So a table that can contain more than two or three, four variables as you wish to have it, right? So I'll draw a table. Perhaps let me go with the table for two variables. By two variable I mean AB. By three variable I mean ABC. So let's assign true and false for a two variable. So for truth table, let's start with two variable. If I say two variable, what do I mean there? Let's take the first variable as A and second variable as B, right? So first variable and second variable. All right, so let's say I have this here. First tax here, for truth table there, what I'm only dealing with there is actually true and false. So I'm actually focusing on true and false, right? So first tax here, I'm having two variables here. That is, if I have 2 raised to power 2, I have 4. This 2 signifies AB, they are 2, right? To power of 2, right? This gives 4. Now listen up. For two variable there, I'll have AB as my two variable. It means that these two variable, if I'm to arrange my true and false in this table, it should give me 4 rows. What do I mean? Let's start with true. All right, next up true, false. Next up false, true, and false, false. Listen, I'm only focusing on are you entering? So when it comes to table there, I'm only focusing on true and false. So the task there is that I'll do my true and false arrangements such that I'll not repeat any other arrangements. Look at true. Aside this true, there's nothing like true here again. So I started with true. Next up true, false, true, and false. Observe this arrangement. There's no a repeated one there. By the way, of course, I'm having false, true, true, false. They are similar, but not the way I arrange this. That's the way I arrange this. This one, true came before false. False came before true. So this arrangement here is for just only two variable, right? So let's say, okay, for instance, now if I want to work extensively, let's say three variable. Let's say A, B, and C. If I want to arrange true, false in for three variables, how do you go about it? By the way, three variable. So if I have three variable, that becomes 2 to the power 3. This will give what the 8. So I'm expecting what? 8 columns. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. That I said 2 to the power 2 will give 4. Right? So 2 to the power 2 will give 4. So 2 to the power, how many variable? 1, 2, 3. 3 variables, that's 8. So let's have true, 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 false. Alright. True, false, 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 false. I'm writing this in such a way that I'm not repeating any other variable. Perhaps another true or false bad variable. So let's stop. True, 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 false, true, false, 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 false. I can have false, true, true, right? False, true, true. If I have false, true, true, I can have true, false, true, false, true, right? True, false, true. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have two more left. So what again is left that I've not yet written out. So this is true, false, false, true, false, true. If I have true, true, false, hold on, is here already? Existed. True to false existed already. Okay. False, false. Okay. Okay. Let's have false, false, true. Right. False, 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 true, false. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have one left. One left. I have one left. So I have true to true. This one exists. True to true. I have true, true, false existed. True, false, false existed. True, false, true, true. False, true, true existed. False, false, true. False, false, true existed. False, true, false. False, true, false. And I have a false, true, false. False, false. I don't have false, true, false. I don't have this one. False, true, false existed. Next up, true, false, true. True, true, false, true existed. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, I have 8. Then false, false, false. All right, I have this. So it becomes your 8 proper arrangement of true and false, such that none should be repeated. Right. So this is how your variable concept work. For this for 3 variables. Perhaps you can also find A, B, C, and D. So this becomes true, true, true. You can just continue this pattern. So just ensure that you are not repeating an object, right? So perhaps if I'm to give you A, B, C, D, and I ask you to arrange this in terms of true and false. By the way, this becomes a 2 power 1, 2, 3, 4 power 4. This will give us 16. So I'm expecting what? A 16 what? Rows. Yes, 8 rows. Yes, 4 rows. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how basically how you distribute true and false when it comes to truth table. So at this junction now, let's now leave this part. This part is actually focusing on how to distribute true and false in a table. But this, by the way, let's focus on how to apply both those connective I wrote earlier in this part here. The 4 connective that we have, or and by implication, and negation. Let's look at how to use them for assigning a true table. All right, let's proceed, please. So we said when it comes to truth table, I'll be trying to combine true and false, including the connective that we have. So the first connective I gave you, was or, right? And or is represented by a symbol this, or I use this. These are the two symbols used for expressing or, right? So or is the first, or perhaps one two is the first connective that we have. And let's see how or works. So I'll not work with three variables. I'll rather go with two variables because it's simpler to use. So let's say I have two variables. I have variable A and variable B this way. If I'm to arrange my true and false, start with true, true. So true, true, then true, false, false, true, and false, false. Just arrange them such that it can be anyhow arrangement. Just ensure that you're not repeating what you already write before. So if I'm to write this thing now, if I'm not repeating anything, this is the way it will be, right? Nothing else aside from this four rules I have here. So next up, let's find A, and so this is read A or B. So what will A or B mean? What will A or B gives? Now, if I'm to combine true and true, what will be the end product? If I'm to combine true and false, what will be the end product when it comes to or? There is something to note, please. For true, true will give you true. For false, false will also give you true. But for true, false, this should give you true. Okay, by the way, false, false should give you false. This should give you true. Now listen up, please. When it comes to or, in terms of logic, the idea is that whenever a false, by the way, when it comes to or, please, the task there is that if at least one true exists in a column, I'll have true as my answer or my end product. What do I mean in essence? This place, I'm having true, true. Of course, my answer will be true. I'm having true, false. Of course, a true exists in it. It will be true automatically. False, true. I can see in between this false, true, there's still a true there. I'll have true. False, false. There's no true here. There's no T here. So it becomes false. So when it comes to or, the idea is that when it comes to false, please, when it comes to or, by the way, the idea is that your end product will be true when at least one of the true value are true. So if I have at least T in just a column, I'll have T as my end product. So looking at TT, of course, T exists, I'll have T. TF, T existed, I'll have T as my answer. FT, T still exists, I'll have T. FF, doesn't like T here, I'll have F. So this one, when it comes to all, I need at least one true, one T. So if I have at least one T, it means my end product will be T. That's the concept for or as the first connective. All right, let's explain the second connective. Number 2 there is called and. And is the second connective represented using a symbol this, or if I want to, I'll use this. So this is the second connective that we have. So let me now use a normal two variable concept to explain this part. Let's say I have variable A and variable B again this way. Now for variable A, listen. Arrange your normal true and false. So start with true, 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 false, false, true, and false, false. This is for two variables arrangement. Now, if I ask to find A and B, because this is read A and B, this symbol signifies and. So how do you find A and B? We said to find A or B, at least if there's a T, your end product should be T. In this case here, at least one force. So if I have at least a force in anything here, the answer becomes force automatically. That is, the end product becomes force automatically. So I'm having true. Of course, I'll have true, false. Force exists in this thing. At least one force exists. Matter becomes what there? A force. False, true. They see a force here. I'll have force. False. We also give what there? False. Listen. When it comes to or, the task is that if I have at least one true, the end product will be true. For this one here, if I have at least one false, the end product becomes what there? Becomes false. This is how you work with this concept for two variables. So this is first connective and second connective. I'm saying that for the first connective called or, I'm focusing on at least one T. If I should have at least one T in this stuff here, there's a one T here. I can say T. Answer is T. TF, there's T here. So answer is T. FT, there's TF, there's T here. Answer becomes T. FF, there's no T because what there? A F. So that's why I say at least one T. If I should have at least one T, my end product should be T. For this one here called and, if I have at least one force, the answer should be false. In this case, I'm having TT. I'm not having false there, so I should have a T as my answer. In this case, I'm having TF. There's a false here. My answer becomes false. Similarly, FT. There's an F here. At least one F is here, so I have false as my answer. FF, of course, my answer should be false because I can see a false existing here. So this is how you find the connective or and for two variables. Let's proceed to the third connective called negation. All right, the third one there is called negation. Number 3 is called So for negation there, so look up please. When it comes to negation, the symbol is given as something of this nature, right? Something of this nature, or I use something of this nature, this man, to represent negation. Now, when it comes to negation, what does negation means? Negation simply means if I'm looking to the camera now, if I'm to apply the negation concept, it means that you'll be telling me that I'm facing backward to the camera. That is, if I'm saying this thing is true, for negation, because what there a false, I'm just changing a true to be false or a false to be true. That's the concept for negation. That is, let's say I have example. Listen up. When it comes to negation, I can't start combining. But hold on. Let's say I have two variables A and B, for instance. These two variables, I can easily arrange true and false here. How? Start with true, false, false, true, and then false, false. It's not a must. You follow my arrangement. You can do your own anyhow. I just expect that I should have 1, 2, 3, 4. A 4 rows. A 4 column. Right? That's the concept. Now look up, please. If I'm to find negation of A and I'm asked to find negation of B, what do? It's as easy as listen up, whatever you're having as a true, change that to false. Whatever you're having as a false, change to true. Now let's focus on A. For A now, let's focus on A. For A, I'm having true. All my answer here, of course, false, change it. What am I having here? True. All be here. False, change it. What am I having here? False, all be here. True. False, all be here. true. You just change those stuff to the opposite one. Focus on B. For negation of B, let's start with T. For T, this because of the false, just change it. Here is false, here becomes what the true. Here is true becomes a false. Here is false becomes what? A true. This is how negation works. Your ability to change a true to false or a false to true is said to be the concept behind negation. All right, there are other two more connective. So the first one is called or and negation. Let me come back. We said for or, I'm just focusing on at least one true. If I should see one true, my end product becomes true. For and, if I could see at least one false, my end product becomes false. For negation there, just change a true to be false or a false to be true. That's how this concept works. So let's look at yet the several other two what's it called, connective that we have. So let's discuss the other ones there. This is 1, 2, 3. Let's do number 4. Number 4 there is called implication, right? It's called implication. Implication. So this implication, the symbol is expressed as this. So this is the symbol for representing implication. And what is mean? What these things mean? It means if, comma, then. That's the meaning of this symbol. So this symbol signifies if, comma, then. Now listen, if I'm to have a two variable AB, A and B, let me arrange them true, 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 false, false, true, and false, false. If I'm to ask to find A implication B, what will be your answer? Now listen up, please. When it comes to this implication concept, the idea is that if I'm having true, true, my answer is true. False, false, my answer is true. What do I mean? If I'm having the same stuff, my answer is true. The same stuff, my answer is true. But if I'm having different stuff, what will be your answer? Let's focus on the first cause by establish now. If I'm having true, true, my answer becomes true. If I'm having false, false, my answer becomes true. So far they are repeated becomes true. If they are repeated becomes true, right? But if I'm having true, false, what my answer? False, true, what my answer? Now when it comes to implication there, the thing to note there is that number one is that number one there is that if I'm having this thing double this way, my answer becomes true, true. Now for a mixture of this nature, focus on what starts the stuff there. This is a T. T starts this stuff. I'm having TF. If T should start this, definitely my end product should be what? Should be false. This next one, if false should start this FT, my answer should be what there? Should be true. So just change the initial to what? The opposite. Now for implication, the concept is that if you're having a double, maybe true, true or false, false, your answer should be true. But if you're having a mixture, check the initial. For this TF now, which one is the initial? Which one started? Is T that started? Because of the T started, I should have false as my answer. The second one is FT. Because of F started this stuff, I should have my answer as T. That's how you work for. That's how implication works. So when it comes to implication, if I'm to have double this way, my answer should become true, true. If I have a mixture, check the first thing that started and change it to the what? Opposite. Right? If it's true, becomes false. If it's false, becomes true. This is how implication works. Finally, let's look at what we refer to as the last connective, known as by implication, and then solve some past questions, and let's see how you can possibly evaluate problems involving truth table. Number 5 there is called by implication. All right. For this one here, let's say I have a two variable again, a and b, this manner. If I'm to arrange this, I shall have true, 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 false, false, true, and what? False, false. Now listen up. And then implication and by implication, the easiest thing is that they are similar. In what sense? If I have true, true is true. If I have false, false is true. Similarly, if I have true, true, but now listen up, please. Sorry, please. Implication is this symbol, but implication is what? Is this symbol, please. If I'm saying this symbol, it signifies by implication. What does it mean? I said this one means if, then. This one means what? If and only if. That's the meaning of this one here. It means if and only if. Check our previous class. I did a video to Introduction to Logic. I've discussed how this stuff works, and I've given you several examples on how this works. So that's by the way. So do well to watch our previous class. I'll drop the link to previous class in the description of this video. All right, for this one here, so I'm to find A by implication B. What do we get? We said the same thing applies here. True, true is what? Is true. False, false is what? Is still true. But what I said that initial, here is T because of the F. Here is F because of the T. For this one here, it changes. If it contains at least F, my answer will be F. I have FT. This thing contains F. My answer is what? Will be F. I have FT. It contains F. My answer becomes what? The F. So this one at least one what? One what? F. The end product becomes what? F. So if this thing contains at least one F, I can say F here. I'm having FT, but F exists. My end product becomes F. I can say TF. F exists. My end product becomes F. And for this one there, just check the initial, right? The initials. This is T, then end with F. This is F, then end with T. So this is how a two variable connective works. So I've done an explanation for all connective that we have, ranging from the or and negation by implication and what the implication. So I've tried my best to explain them, right? So just try to, I don't expect the way you're watching the video you understand it properly. So do well to watch and rewatch and rewatch at least 3 times before you can get this concept. All right, let's take an example to further explain this truth table concept. All right. Please don't forget, we said by implication, focus on at least one false. If it should ask at least one false, it becomes false. But what we know is that I mean by implication and implication, the common thing there is that if I'm having double stuff this way, my answer becomes true. So this is double true, this is double true. This man is double true, this man is double true. But for this one here, we said if you connect at least what? Just one false becomes false. So check this one does not have to do with contain. What it has to do is the initial. What start it? This is TF. What start is this is T. So change T to what? F. This is F that starts this one. FT. So change F to what? To T. That's the concept, please. So let's solve it. Past questions on this and we'll call it a day. Welcome back. Let's try to solve these problems, right, involved in truth table, right? Let's solve this problem, please. So number one there says, if I have A and B, this means by implication, I have A or B. How do we express this in a truth table? It's easy. Open your eyes clearly. I can only see A and B here, nothing else. Unlike number C, letter C, I'm having A, B, and C. This is a 3 variable. But I'm having A, B. Basically, most of all of them are A, B, just except what? C, that is what? A, B, C. So this one are A, B are what? A 2 variable. Now, for number one there, for A, I'm having two variables, A and B, Abi. Now, if I'm to have A and B, please help me distribute my true and false. If I distribute true and false, I should have what there? True, 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 false. What next there? False, true, and what? False, false. This is for a two variable A, B. Now listen up. I'm told to find A and B. So let's find A and B first. So find A and this means and B. So for A and B, we said when it comes to and concept, check a book. I said it must have at least one false. Now, true is true. True false, at least a false exists here, becomes false. False true, a false exists here, becomes false. False, a false exists, become what there? False. If you check your book, I told you that when it comes to hand concept, at least if a false is there, the end product becomes false. I'm done, please. Next up, I'm to find A, because before I find everything together, I have to find them individually. Find this first, and connect them together, right? So let's find A or B. Let's find A or B. We said for all, at least one true. If that thing has a true, the end product becomes true. This is A or B. So this A and B. So A, B. So I'm focusing on the two of them. So true is true. True, false. At least there is true there. Becomes true. False, true. At least there is true there. Becomes true. False. There's no true. Becomes what there? Becomes false. This is my A. This is my A or B. And this is my A and B concept. Let's now find everything in general. To find A and B by implication, A or B. What will be my answer? If I'm to solve this, what should be my answer? It's easy, please. So it means that I'm focusing on 1 and 2. Focus on what is 2, Abby, and apply the concept of what? By implication. Check your notes. I said for by implication that the concept there is that if I have true is true, false is true. If I have any repeated stuff, my answer is true. Check out for any repeated one. True, of course, is true. False, of course, is true. That's first thing. Second thing is that I said for by implication is that if it contains at least one false, the answer becomes false. Check this one. False T. There's a false there. My answer becomes false. False T. There's a false there. My answer becomes false. So this is how you calculate for number 1 question. So this is how you compute for truth table value for number 1. So this is how you solve this, please. As easy as this. So let's do number 2 and let's proceed. Yes. All right. Let's do number 2 and you try to do hold on. I'll do letter A, B, C. You do D for me and leave your answer in the comment section, or perhaps it may not be easy to type in the comment section. Just solve it in a notebook and take a picture and send me the picture or perhaps the solution to the question to my WhatsApp number you'll be seeing above you, right? So try to send the answer to me. All right, let's do number 2. For B, obviously for B, I have only 2 variables, A and B, that's all. Nothing, there's no C here. So for 2 variables, A and B, fill up your true and false concept. This is what? True, true, false, false, and what? False, true. Observe my arrangement here. False came last here. False, true came last here. So I can arrange it any way and still be correct, please. The idea is that know how it works, know the rules. All right, that's it. AB. Now listen up. I need to know. I can easily find this now, but to find this one, I need to get negation of B, right? So let's focus on getting this, please. If I have B negation, B implication A. What I taught you was A implication B, but in this case they gave you what? B implication what there? A. So it means that you focus on B before what there? Before A. Now when it comes to this one, I said that this symbol and this symbol are similar. When you have double concept, your answer should become true. Double, I have true. Double, I have true. And I said that for this one, if it contains at least one false, the answer will be false. I said for this one, check the initial, check the first thing that is starting it. Now for this one now, I'm having said B should come first, Abi. So it should be what? BT, Abi. So we call the TF. If it's false starting it, what will be here? True. So I have true, yeah? If it's true and false, true starts, what will be here? Of course, I'll have false, please. This is how you do this, please. Like this. So just for this one, to get this one, I need to get this one first. Let's get negation of B. For negation of B, it's easy now. Just swap. This is true, what will be here? False, just change it. Oh, this is false, what will be here? True. This is false, what will be here? True. This is true, what will be here? Of course, false. Just change it to the opposite sign, that opposite true or false value. That's it. So I've gotten this one. I've gotten by implication B. Sorry, I've gotten negation for B. Now it's not easy for me to find this one. So let's get negation of B by implication of A. Let's see. Wow. So I have to write everything here down here again to find the answer. All right, no problem. Let's get this, please. So it means that this row should come first before A. And I said that when it comes to this symbol, it's easy. If you're having double, becomes true. Now look at this one and this. So true, false. Okay. True. They are double. True, two. What's my answer there? I'll have a true. Sorry. I'll have a true. False. Double, right? I'll have what there? A true. But for this symbol, if that thing contains at least one false, my answer what there will be false. So I'm having true, false. Become what there? False. I'm having false, true. Become what there? False. That's how I fill up this. Finally, let's fill up this everything here and get our answer. So by the way, as you can see clearly, that everything here cannot contain this part, right? But I expect that you should know that I'm connecting this one, right, with what? With this one, Abi. So connecting this with this together, Abi. Yeah, this man is this, Abi. This man is this one, Abi. Following what symbol? Following this symbol. So let me just try to write it here. B implication A in a bracket this way. Another implication, negation of B by implication A. So let's assume this is here, please. All right, now look up. So I'm trying to combine these two with what symbol? With this symbol. And I said for this symbol, it's easy. If they are double, becomes true, right? So now look up, please. This and this, Abi. So this is double. Let's go for double first. True. Double, Abi. Because what the true, false. Okay. Aside, look up. Aside, this first one is true, false. Leave it for now. True becomes false. True, false, true. All right. The only double one is there is true, and its double is true. Now, when it comes to this symbol, we said that check the initial. For this one was what? At least false, Abi. One false. This one becomes what? Check the initial. If this is the first one for the second one here, I'm having TF. What start this one? F. What my answer here? Sorry, what start this one was T. What my answer here? False. Abi? Alright. Next up, TF. What's that is top? T. What will be here? F. I'm having FT. What's that is F? What will be here? Of course, T. So these are a plot, or perhaps these are a compute this table for this stuff here. Alright. So this is how you solve this particular question. Finally, this, let's do question C and then we'll call it a day.